Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thank you so much for joining us again. We're so excited to be back. Right, Kathy?
We are so excited to be here. And if you haven't done it yet, I don't know what you're doing. Frying in the sun, getting a suntan, cleaning your house. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to follow our podcast so you never miss an episode. Just search for Bachelor Happy Hour in the podcast app and hit the follow button.
Yes, it is super important that you follow the podcast so you get notified every time there's a new episode. Also, while you're there, leave us a review or perhaps send us a question.
We love those questions. So make sure also to check out our past episodes. Susan, how many great guests have we already had on this podcast?
God, countless. I'm having a ball.
We're having so much fun answering your questions and giving our opinion because Susan and I are not short of opinions. So keep those coming to bachelornation.com/golden hour. We have some great questions today and we're going to get to those soon. But first, we have some special guests.
And I have the pleasure of introducing those special guests, two of my most favorite people, Bachelor Nation's couple, and soon to be married, Christina and Braden. Yes, they're here with us today. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good to see you again.
I gotta say, both your voices are made to be on like a podcast or a radio or something. Like I was.
Oh wait, I thought you were going to say made to be on television.
Yeah, no, you're in the face and the face.
I mean, that's
don't even get us started.
I mean, I was just sitting there and I was encapsulated by you guys talking. I was like, wow, I could listen to this all day. So,
well,
hey.
Braden, the last time I saw you, you told me the story about her nails not being painted and the day of the golden wedding.
That's right.
Do you remember that, Christina?
He took you for a manicure. Oh, look at those fingers.
I see it.
And the ring. So speaking of rings, you guys, spill. What are the details? I want details, wedding details. What's up?
So we're kind of taking a second real quick for the wedding planning. I have some family stuff that we're kind of just trying to get situated before we go and set a date. So within the next year, we'll have a better understanding of that.
So it's a lot, you guys. Yeah. I mean,
trust me, I gave my daughter the choice of a big wedding or a down payment for a house, and she foolishly chose the big wedding.
Which most of them do.
Yeah. And I'm just going to.
If you want to give me the option, Kathy, I'll take the down payment for
and I'll marry you guys. Wait a second. You know that.
I was just going to say, here's the PSA announcement. Susan, make your bid to marry them right now.
They know already.
Well, why don't you just marry us right now?
I could do that.
Honestly, we go back and forth. Like there's been moments where we've all been together in the car, just me, her, and Blakely, and we're like, let's just go to a courthouse right now. Let's just do this. And I think the biggest thing that's been kind of just keeping us back is just like wanting all our families to be there.
Yeah. You can always just have the party.
That's
what I get married. And have a big party.
Where's the balance though? Because
wait.
We could just do this.
I've got it. Wait, I've got it. Susan.
Yes.
You're going to marry them on the podcast. Then, right here on the Golden Hour, you're going to do it. And then, Braden and Christina, you're going to have a blowout wedding celebration where, of course, Susan and I will also be there. What do you think? Are you in? Commitment. Let's go.
I mean,
as long as Blakely's here also, that's our thing. We're like, every time we have the opportunity, like actually like we were, we've been on vacation and stuff. It's like, we could just do it. And it's like, well, we got to have Blakely there. She's my daughter. So she's 7. She is really dead set on having a miniature same version dress that I do. And she wants to walk out after me. And so I'm trying to tell her, you
have to go before me, honey.
Yeah. Right. Say, honey, your time will come. Yeah, her time will come in, 40 years, 30 years. She's got to wait a hot minute.
Well, yes. Kathy and I just can fly on down. We'll come to the house. We'll do the ceremony there. Nobody will know, and then you can make your announcement in your party.
I mean, think of it, guys.
I love that. That's an idea. Okay.
It's a great idea.
I mean, we'll definitely think about that.
Yeah.
Braden's like, what did I just sign up for here?
Well, I mean, I would love it. Like, there's such a big part of me that would love that. Like, I'm a very spur of the moment kind of guy. I love that. But,
we know.
Oh, really? Because you got married at the golden wedding. Really?
Yeah, right.
Hey, wait! Why don't they throw a wedding for you? Even better.
Oh yeah. I mean
there's another idea.
There's a whole bunch of ideas. No, I mean
I mean, listen,
know,
if we're
it's
really
like-
going out there, why don't you have Susan and I be your matrons of honor?
No, I have to perform the ceremony.
You can do both.
You go both.
You have to wear
Back
half.
and
You
forth.
have to wear half a dress, half of a bride's.
Yeah.
dress,
I've
and
seen
half
that. There's some good artists out there that can handle that for us.
Yeah,
Okay,
just,
so-
Guys, we're
turn.
just at
We-
the big CMAs, and you saw a lot of other people that
Yeah.
you used to hang
I
with
was
from
there. It was
Bachelor.
so great seeing you guys in Nashville and all. Did you just have a great time?
Oh, we had an amazing time. Unfortunately, he was only able to come the one day, but that was like the day to be there, and that's when you were there. And I mean, I didn't expect anything less, but oh my gosh, I was trying to keep up with you. And like people say that we have a lot of energy, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like she knows how to party.
Oh yeah, you're going for it. You're going for it.
Well,
I never doubted it, but still, it's
mean,
cool to see in person.
You do only go around once, so you got to give it your best. But did you like seeing all your other Bachelor Nation folks?
Oh yeah, I mean that was the first time I actually got to meet Kelsey, I think.
Same.
And
She's adorable.
and so that was cool. And I got to meet Jen for the first time. So I mean it was all really cool to get to hang out with everyone and just get to meet. And
Did you
talk and
guys
be
go
outside of
down?
there.
Did you guys go down? I can't remember for the, for the front to the front of the.
Yes. Yes.
Was that just incredible? I mean, I
You
could
don't
have.
remember, you took like so many photos for us.
We were
I
dancing
sent them to
together.
you. I know. I
I
sent.
know.
No.
mean we were there at the front. And it was so sweet. You're just like.
I mean, I may have had
on
a
it.
cocktail or two, so the memory's
Hey,
first thing to
same.
go.
Same. No, we were dancing with you. We had a great time. I remember it.
I have to say, like Jelly Roll came on, and when he started playing, I actually started crying. Like that was.
I love it.
I mean,
Okay.
just the message of this song, I just relate to it a lot with just my personal life and things going on that I've experienced with family and loved ones, and it's just like when you hear the message he has, it just had there was so much love involved,
Meaning,
and
yeah.
it just
That
just
is,
like
I
anyone
exactly
can
the
be
same
redeemed,
thing. Yeah.
and it's just beautiful. And so I was just like, I mean,
Did you
I was
know
just
his
sitting-
story, Braden? Did you know his
Yeah.
story?
So I've been a fan of Jelly Roll. I mean, me and my family, it was crazy. Like we went to go see him back in San Diego when it was like he came to play in this big
Small,
old like
yeah.
for me it was a big room. It was like one of those warehouses type thing, and there was probably like 200-300 people at this event, or maybe more, maybe 400. I don't know, but it wasn't as big as the CMAs. It was like a very small, like standing shoulder to shoulder, like just like sitting there, like and it was just such a beautiful experience then. And his message and his music meant so much to me then, and then being able to see him now and how he's grown it was beautiful. I mean, the
I
guy's
love
amazing.
that.
So
I love it.
Life can change for anybody. That's his message. Anybody can improve
Well-
their life and turn it around.
And I love the fact that he never lost sight of who he was the entire time too. You know what I mean? Because fame changes people. It does, and it's just like he stayed true to himself, and it was like
Yeah,
I think that's
I
beautiful.
agree.
It's like he's about what he's about, and he loves people, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's always been. I mean, he's from my neck of the woods, and he's around all the time, and like for years. And I was actually like a head caterer almost a decade ago now, like forever ago. And so I catered his wedding, and I just remember like he would be. He would always like be vlogging. He had his little video, and he was just so nice. Like, I was there as staff, and he's just like goes above and beyond to just help out and moving chairs at his own wedding. And I'm
Doesn't
like, wow.
it show you though? That is what you just said, Christina. To me, when people show you who they really are, and if the fame changes them, it says something.
It's about
I think
staying authentic.
that's right.
Stay
Being who you really
authentic,
are.
and your journey will be a lot more fun.
Yes.
So I have a big question, guys. Is there
scare me.
anyone in Bachelor Nation, a couple that you guys would double date with?
Yes, of course. Is that the end of the question?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Well,
We'll
I think we
stop
have a
there.
couple-
We'll stop there. There's another part, or that you would consider relationship goals. Like, who do you admire? Who would you like to double date
That
with?
changes.
Yeah.
I think all of us. I mean, even the couples that you mentioned that we were just hanging out with in Nashville. I mean, absolutely love all them. That pretty much was like a triple, quadruple date situation.
Yeah.
And absolutely. I mean, everyone's just. Like we have this thing that we all have in common that brings us together, and it's such a unique world that we relate to, that brings us all together, but we're all so different. And it's funny because, there are like, this person was on that person's season and all here, but it's like, now everyone's with who they're supposed to be with. And like, we don't even think of those things. But I think just as far as goals, we're all so different.
Yeah. I mean,
do you have like
I don't know,
a favorite couple that you admire their relationship or how they?
Well, as far as like wanting to go on a double date, we talked about we want to go to Austin and watch.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And so you got to find a date and you got to be there as well. But we have this, podcast, comedy show. I know. We have this comedy show that we want to go to, and we've talked to Katie and Zach about going to that together.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, yeah, I'll get a date because in Nashville, don't think it went unnoticed that all y'all were together, the cute little couples in your cute little outfits, and then Nancy and I were sitting there with our glass of wine, going, "Yep, here we are again, all by ourselves. Here we are."
The simple pleasures of summer can be had with watermelon. Slice it, dice it, blend it. Watermelon.
We are so excited. It is season 2 of your favorite New Girl Rewatch podcast. We have got a new season. We do have Jake Johnson, though.
Yeah. Listen to The Mess Around on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast.
At citrusmagic.com. You've got the magic touch.
Cowboy burlesque show, and
I love it.
I'm in town to come visit me, and my older sister too. So my older sister.
We're in Nashville.
We should have taken you. You know what we should have taken you to? We should have taken you to the cowboy burlesque show.
.com. You've got the magic touch.
There were probably some single, but we probably should have made it more of a mission to find you a cowboy while we're in Nashville. We should have taken you. You know what we should have taken you to? We should have taken you to the cowboy burlesque show. Okay, tell them.
Town. So, my little sister and my mom came into town to come visit me, and my older sister too. So my older sister, my mom, and my younger sister, and then my dad too. They all came into town, for my little sister's 21st birthday. And like any good big brother, I found this cowboy burlesque show, and
I would love it.
I'm telling you, God, you would love this.
You guys would love
and my mom was over there. She was dancing with these cowboys, and I'm like,
"Hey, listen, I've got my boots and hat. I'd fit right in. I can two-step.
I've got extra. You can, yeah.
I've got the boots. I've got the hat. I've got it.
We just don't have the man.
Next time we'll plan it. We'll get you on stage. You can go dance with the cowboys.
It was so amazing just to look over, because I mean, he had put this all together, and with the girl that puts it on, she's our friend, and they've been messaging. He's like, it's gonna be the greatest time, and it was. And then looking at him in the moment of his mom just having these 3 cowboys that are all younger than him, younger than Braden, and I see him like saying, like, wait, what did I do?
I love it.
Yo, Mom.
All right, well, listen, we always do, Susan and I always do this question of the day. Will you guys join us on it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to need your thoughts. Today's question of the day is, if someone asked your partner out, well, Susan, you and I are out of this one. If someone asked your partner out, would you want to know and why, even if they didn't accept the date?
They better not accept the date, but guys.
Yeah.
Would you want to know?
I mean, we'd have a whole other issue.
Yeah.
The date.
The second part makes it different.
Yeah.
No.
But I want to know. Yeah.
So let's just assume they said no. Okay.
So, Brady, have you told Christina yet that I asked you out?
Well, I was wondering whenever I'd forgotten that you were actually in your pajamas, because we were talking when we joined on Instagram late night. We did like a little, what is that, the live.
Oh, I love your live stuff.
I was late. I was getting the coffee and I was coming to sit down. You're like, is this different than the last time I saw you in my pajamas? I'm like, excuse me. What did I miss?
No, I was in bed. I love it when you guys go live. And so I tuned in and I thought, oh, shit. I'm in my, I look at something, the cat dragged in. So you were like, oh, let's see. I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell no.
Cat, you never look like something that cats, right?
No, you looked amazing. Not possible. And I was so excited that we were doing that. I love the spur of the moment lives like that. But let's answer this question.
Okay, so let's assume you said no. Okay, so
correct.
We don't have to second guess the question.
I would want to know. I mean, I don't know. It's weird for me. Like, I'll tell her, like, sometimes, like, when we go out to Broadway, go downtown Nashville, and it's like we're walking around, it's like, I see guys checking her out all the time. I'm like, I saw that. Like, I see like guys like doing the whole doing the whole head turn, like as she walking by, and I'll tell her after, I'm like, yeah, baby, I know you got it. I know you got it like that.
Work it, baby, work it.
And you know what? You can look at the menu all you want as long as you don't order off of it.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and for me, I know I got a catch, and I know guys are probably wanting to try.
Hey, Braden, she got a catch too.
Braden, if somebody asked her out, would you want to know? Would you want her to come home and tell you?
I mean, I want to know.
I think at this point, it's like, how is it happening? Because if it's online or something, I think we both kind of get a lot of those kinds of things. And then that's kind of just, laughable, because obviously, like, either this person didn't do much of, like, they're sending mass messages to people, because you can clearly see we're in a relationship if you go to the profile.
Isn't there a thing, not with you guys, but isn't there a thing, what's it called, like plurogamy or something? Polyogamy or I don't know. It's Latin. I don't know.
We're not doing that.
But I'm just saying that's the thing. But I would guess with a ring on your hand.
No.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
And honestly,
but let's use the example. So the other night, whenever I was in Nashville, I couldn't, believe it or not, I couldn't find where I parked my car. And
I believe it.
And so I was like running around the block, and he was working the night shift that night. So he was not there. This was the first night. This was the night before this was one of the CMA nights. And I knew where I parked. I just couldn't, the entrance that you come out of was not the same place. And I actually did remember, and I went there, and there was a man urinating, and I'm like, and so then I'm just like, it's late, and I'm like going around the corner pretty quickly, because I'm like, okay, it's night, and I'm by myself, and I want to be safe, and then I find the security guard, and so I was like, hey, can I just stand here for a second? Like, I've got to look on my phone. I took a picture where I parked, whatever. And he's like, yeah. I was like, and I feel I'm probably being paranoid, but I feel like I'm being followed, and you're security.
Yeah. I'm paranoid. Stay with me.
Exactly. Is that fine? Yeah. Because he was like outside of whatever hotel or something like that. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Like, absolutely. And he's nice. And he's just like, and I have my ring on, all this. And he's just like, so
what are you doing later?
Yeah. Like, can I get your number? Can I bother? Yeah. And I'm just like,
no. I
just told you how freaked out I'm feeling. All this. And I was just like,
wait a minute. Let's get down to brass tacks. How old was he? And did you give him my number?
That's why I was telling you. This is why I was telling you. No, I don't remember that. I was so frustrated at the moment. But I did tell you about that, because that's the last. And that's an example of a person that, like, you could have looked at my hand, dude. But at the same time, we're not on social media. It wasn't like a direct, hit to Braden. So,
I would think I would come home and tell my husband or my fiance or my boyfriend. And I said, no, of course, but you should feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they don't look at it like that.
I think I do.
I don't really get offended by it. For me, like, on top of it all too, it's like, I just want to hear everything. I mean, it's like, like, I want to hear what she dreams about. I want to hear, if she, had a crazy thought during the day. Like,
is your dad alive?
Okay, here's what I want to know, Christina. I want to know, what was it like dating before going on The Bachelor and meeting Braden? What was it like when you were younger dating? I want to know, because you're beautiful. You're absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
They both
no. So no, that's
Braden's
a good question.
handsome.
He's gorgeous.
And you said it earlier. You said I got a catch too, and I will. Absolutely.
You did. Yeah, I didn't know if you heard me say that, but guys will always say, "Oh, I'm so lucky I got a catch." But you know what, Braden? She's lucky too. She got you. Now back to the question at hand, Christina. Talk to me about dating when you were younger. Not let you off the hook.
Okay. So I was married before, and so I didn't really. I missed a lot. I think I was like, whenever I was ready to date, I'm like, let's go on The Bachelor. So I think I missed a lot. Luckily, and in my, from the stories that I lived through for my friends, I didn't have to do so much of that. But I also, at the same time, I did have my fair share of dates. I think, I don't know. It would always be like online, so it wasn't any kind of like blind dates or anything like that. And
what does Braden have that some of those men that you met or dated didn't?
Or your ex-husband or your ex-partner? I want to know, how's he different?
Night and day different.
Keep it A-rated.
I got
married at 19. I got married at 19.
I got married at 20.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I think the whole, I'm from Nashville, I'm Southern, and I think that is something I don't look for in a man now, like, that I realize that would be the difference. And so I think, like, the whole, like, just the energy that we had, like, from the start is really what just I was attracted to, like the energy that we had together. And I think that, you know, you can look at someone and think that they'd be a great partner and a great husband or whatever, but maybe not for you. And I think us together was what was so different. I don't know. That was, I don't know.
And how's it feel being a step in? You come right in and you're a dad, Braden. Braden. How's that?
It's been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love Blakely. But it's insane because there's no break. How
old is Blakely? How old is she?
7. Oh, 7. She's 7, and she's every bit of 20 or every bit of 13. Like, she is the sassiest little Masterson. And it is like, I mean, everything is just why? No, you didn't have to do that.
Well, because you know why? Yeah, why should you get to tell her what to do? Like, why?
No, and the thing is, I mean, I want to cut her some slack too, though, because she really does like accommodate well. Like, she has been like, she listens very well. I mean, there's been some growing pains and some stuff that we've had to navigate and go through.
It's an adjustment,
but I think like at the end of the day, when it comes to me and her, it's like I want to show her that, like, for me, like, I mean, just in general, my biggest love language is hanging out and spending time together. And so it's like quality time is my biggest love language. And it's like, I want to show her that it's like, hey, like, I will always like be here for you to hang out. I'll always be here to like listen. I'll always be here to spend time with you. And like show her that I'll be consistent in that area. And so like I've tried to be consistent in those areas and just
okay, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry what you're saying.
No, Braden, has she chilled with you? Has she comfortable? Now, do you see a difference then from the beginning when you first arrived?
Oh, 100%. I mean, 100%. I mean, it's like I can have a conversation with her, and I mean, she'll give me sass, and she's not going to give me anything like that's. Yeah, she's not going to.
Braden, you know,
she's my offspring.
Yeah,
so.
Right. But Braden, what you said is so true because I know you know this. Susan married my son and his wife back in March, and his wife has 3 sons from another marriage. Yeah, so they have 4 between them. His daughter, my granddaughter, who's 5, and then these other 3. So I'm a step grandmother now. You know, I just inherited 3 more. But what you said is so true, and I don't think I learned it early enough. Children learn by what they see you do, not by what you tell them. Yes. And I mean, really, it gives me goosebumps what you just said. The fact that you spend quality time with her and she's going to see that you're there. It doesn't matter if you tell her you're going to be there. It's what you're doing. And that just, I mean, you just get an A on your forehead for stepdad. That is amazing. I mean, I loved you before. Now I even love you more.
Now, what are we going to do with them?
I know. What are we going to do with them? Jeez.
How's it feel about your relationship being so public? Like, do you wish you had some privacy as far as your family life? And
well, Blakely can't stand it. It's so funny.
It's new to learn, actually, from her. I'm still not sold. That's how she's all like, you know, she thinks she has YouTube channels, and anytime there's a camera, she's like, "Hey guys," and just I'm like, who's she? He's like, who's she talking to?
She's learning from what she sees, just like
she loves the attention. So she loves attention, but when it's like
we'll be out and about,
when like people will come up to us and be like, "Oh, Braden and Christina, like, hi, nice to meet you," and it's like Blakely's like, why are they always coming up to you? Why can't we have family time?
Think she's jealous.
It's jealous. I'm telling you, like,
I don't think that she hates
it's not about her.
Yeah, she's like, okay, no, and she'll like hop into like for a while. She would grab the camera. She's like, I'll take it, and then everyone's like, thank you so much. And so she'd take it, and she'd take one and be blurry. I'm like, okay, you can get your friend to take it also. Yeah. But now, you know, I think she's like, why are they not coming up to me?
Do you guys like bring her in and say, and this is? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if she wants to, I don't want to make it, you know, push it on her, but I'm like, if you want to hop in, do it. And I don't really ask the people. I'm like, you know, you might have a kid in photo or not.
Cool.
All right. So I have another question. You guys, obviously, you know, Bachelor in Paradise, and then that was over and you all reached out. But I'm curious because Susan and I talk about this. I don't think people misjudge me and have different opinion of me than who I really am. What about you guys? Braden, do you feel like you've been, you know, misunderstood, the things that people read online? Like, has that affected you? What do you think about what people say? Or do you not even pay attention?
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, people make their opinions based off the information they have. And so it's like, when I look at the information they had of, you know, what they saw of me, I mean, you only see such a small part of us. You only see such a small part of any of us. And so it's like, people aren't going to see my day-to-day interactions. They're not going to see how I, treat people on the daily. They're not going to see how I am with my family. They're not going to see all those things that are important factors in determining who a person is. So it's like, for me, I think people are quick to make like full opinions on our character and like stuff like that.
Try to understand someone.
But it's like, I mean, that's part of the fun of the show. And so I mean, by all means, power to them if they want to do that. Like they can do it. But I don't really think it has any sort of weight with me. Just because it's like, I know who I am. Like, I know all the aspects of myself. We just watched this movie last night, the Inside Out 2, or a couple nights ago. And it's just like, Inside Out 2. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the emotions.
I thought, is there another Inside Out? Because I feel like
it just came. So the new one just came out.
I saw the first one, not the second one.
They're both good. Same thing though. Yeah.
There was a concept though in there that I thought was so beautiful, and it's like, we are like, who we are is an accumulation of like all our experiences, and it was just like, I mean, that might be reading a little bit deep to it, but I just
it's
maybe
you're
so
over 50.
No, seriously.
By the end of it was so funny. We're all there just like on the couch, and we were just like crying. And we just like the credits are rolling, and we're like, Blake, we go to bed. It's past bedtime. And we're like, okay, so let's talk about, because you always like, what was your favorite, or what did you learn, or whatever it is, and kind of talk about whatever it is we watched, especially with Blakely, and because we have their opinion. And apparently, I'm not allowed to talk when the movie's on now. I realize. And he's like, stop explaining it. I'm like,
biggest movie talker in the world.
Not during the movie. You're going to miss something.
Right?
Yeah, you can't talk during the movie.
Well, no, that's yeah.
Cardinal rule, Christina. No talking during the movie.
I know.
You got to zip it,
have
Christina.
So many things. What are you going to do there? Zip it. But
let's do it together.
We're like, okay,
zip it.
We take a moment. I'll practice. I need some work with it. But we came upstairs, and then we got ready for bed, and then we both just started spilling our opinions. Like, we didn't even plan it or anything. We're just like, we thought it was so deep. We got on even on a deeper level. And he was like, yeah, 100%. I agree. And I thought about that, but then also think about how it said this here. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, this movie is like aimed towards 5-year-olds, but we got deep with it.
I love
Hey, Susan, you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing?
Making us jealous? What?
Well, that always. I mean, she's got her hand on her shoulder. I can put my hand on my head. Whatever. But we talk all the time about communication and everything. I can just see you guys. People can't see you, but you physically communicate with each other. You're clearly verbally communicating with each other, and that's what makes a good, strong relationship.
I think you're going to make it.
Yes, we were wondering. We're going to ask you. No, I absolutely agree. And believe it or not, I in relationships in the past. I mean, you had the question before. I think I didn't realize, how important that is. And I tend to actually bottle up a lot. And
you can't.
Absolutely notices when I am.
You can bottle up during movies.
Notice.
During the movie, Christina, you can bottle it up.
Fine.
That's the only time
he's like, hey, but practice that thing you were.
All right, so I have a question. I don't know if I can ask this. Are you gonna have? Do you guys want more kids?
Yeah. I think we have to, for sure.
At least 8 more.
Oh
no.
Just kidding.
Not that. No.
I love the fact that you guys communicate so well. And Braden, I have to hand it to you. You are so open with your emotions, and that is a quality that women adore in a man. Am I right, Christina? I mean, he shares what he feels.
Sure it's hard on her. I'm sure it's hard on her sometimes, though, because from the moment, it's like, sometimes I can share how I feel in a moment, and I think that, like, depending on the moment, it can change, because it's like, I feel like we're constantly changing, and so it'll be like, I think that maybe, I don't know, but I appreciate that. I do. I really do.
No, I wouldn't
compliment.
Don't change.
Both of you.
Don't change. I mean, when you told us, I don't even know if we have time, but Braden, the story of being on the boat. He goes, God, I can't die because I haven't told her being Christina, that I love her and want to spend the rest of my life with her. When I heard you say that, Braden, I decided, you know what? If he's ever online at 11:30 at night, I'm going to join his live in my pajamas. That was an amazing thing, though. Honestly, I just thought, oh my God, this is an amazing man.
Oh my God, you're both amazing. Hi,
babe.
Yeah, babe.
Do you think it'd be a man?
We also have some of your least favorites, like
Going.
this is advice time, so we want to invite you to help us go through some questions and we'll sit here and talk about it and give these people some advice. You in?
Let's do it. I'm in.
Right. Kathy, you want to go?
Okay. The first one is from Anonymous, who is age 26 from Miami. Hi there. I am writing in anonymously because, oh my God, I am so embarrassed. My boyfriend recently invited me to meet his family for the first time, and I was very nervous to meet his notoriously stuck-up mom. Oh. I was on my best behavior all day and tried to warm her up to me. All the stress got to me, though, and I had to run to the bathroom in his parents' house multiple times. Stress always gives me stomach aches. I think you know where this is going. I clogged the toilet in their guest bathroom and tried to plunge it, but had no success. I didn't want to say anything in the moment because I feel like that would have been a horrible first impression to make on his family. No, calling a plumber from your cell phone is good. That's not an impression. So we left that night, and I still haven't said anything. Am I going to take this to my grave and just hope his family thinks it was something else or someone else? Or do you think they know it's me and they're talking about me behind my back? I want to crawl into a hole just writing this. Thank you for any advice here.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think that is beautifully honest.
It didn't overflow. Nobody knew.
Yeah. I honestly, I would own up to it.
I'd be telling everybody. It would be funny.
I think it's a story that you're gonna tell at Thanksgiving in 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you can't get rid of me now. And the embarrassment, it's gonna be a good story. And you're like, hey, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for you guys never finding out about the time. And then it probably is, they're like, we knew the entire time. We loved you anyway.
What if the mother-in-law is still a little?
Wait a minute. Exactly. I want to go back to that part of this question. This child that gets diarrhea at the thought of meeting her mother or soon-to-be mother-in-law says...
No, clogged wouldn't be diarrhea.
Excuse me.
It
Sorry.
was a big one.
This was like toilet paper.
It could be toilet paper. It could be anything.
Courtesy flush next time, honey. Flush while you're doing it.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Honestly,
anyway,
that's good advice. I would say
that's the advice, courtesy.
Wait, but
courtesy
notoriously stuck-up mom? Like, does anyone see that could be problems in the marriage here?
Well, I think she said it though. She hadn't even met her yet, and she had been, warned, and it's, notorious. Everyone's knowing that and talking about it, and so I think, there's obviously, stomach issues, getting nervous. That's going to happen. But were you acting like is that yourself? Would you normally tell people if that happened? Like
right. See,
stick to what is
Susan
true.
And I would.
I would tell everybody. It would be funny.
I'd be calling Susan from the bathroom. Hey, I didn't courtesy flush. I'm screwed.
You're not going to believe what's happening here.
I would have been mortified. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're nervous meeting them for the first time.
Yeah.
I've had a situation like that happen, and I come out and I was like, so guys, we
you
have
might
a big
not want to use
that.
Not
literally. And I think, because it's real. Like, that's real life.
Exactly.
I think sometimes we get caught up with everything needing to be perfect, and we want everything. We want everyone to love us. We want everything. Like, there's gonna be people that don't like you. There's gonna be people you can't please, and it's like, I would encourage you to not spend spend so much of your energy trying to please her. And it's like, be yourself, and if she doesn't love you, that's okay. As long as your boyfriend loves you, that's all that matters. Because
I gotta say though, my mother-in-law did not like me. And I don't know why, but she didn't. I do know why. She had one son, and I married him.
Right.
And
here's my advice. I think on the situation, I think she should reach out to the mother-in-law one-on-one, whether phone or anything, and tell her. And then that's like a Hail Mary. Like, look, I respect you, and I just couldn't keep this in any longer. I was embarrassed in the moment, and be human to her. And then it's a Hail Mary. Maybe, then it's going to be confronting her. And it could go either way. I think that's my advice. I'm locking that in.
Love it. I love Christina. That is a Southern Belles advice. The Northern Yankee right here, me. I would buy her a bowl of Lysol toilet bowl cleaner and wrap it up and give it to her for Christmas. Say, just thought you might need this sometime.
I would wait for Christmas dinner and share the story. Okay, moving right along. Good luck, honey. Do courtesy flush. Have a conversation with her. If you think she has any kind of a sense of humor, she'll enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She might remember when she was embarrassed once. You never know.
Right.
Okay, this one's from Tori, age 49, from Scottsdale. Hello, ladies. Hope you're having a nice week. My friends and I adore your podcast. Thank you. I wanted to write in about my teenage daughters and my new husband. My ex-husband and I got a divorce 5 years ago, and I remarried a wonderful guy last year. It's all been lovely, except that my teen daughters are not taking to him at all. They hardly wanted to come to our wedding. He has tried getting involved in their interest and spending time with them, but they completely write him off because he is not their dad. The girls still have a relationship with their dad, and he and I are on decent terms. I'm not sure how to get them to welcome my husband into our family. Do you guys have any advice for me on how to get teenage girls to accept my new husband? Teen girls can be so tough, and I just want them to hopefully be happy that I am so much happier now. Thank you so much. Love you, ladies. Oh, you can't force
That's a great question. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I think you probably have a lot to say about this. And I think going the route of how we've talked about with Blakely, like, it's not about her liking you. And I mean, I think you could definitely go that route and then, oh, we're going to go, suck up to her and all this, but that's not what you want if you're actually going to be parenting. Yeah, it's a little bit different, I guess, with the teen girls. But I think just what I've loved so much that you've said so much, like, about Blakely is like, you're going to show her that you are there and you're not going anywhere. And that's ultimately, the situation. And so like, not to, he's already done the things to go out of his way. It seems to be nice and sweet. And I see room, I mean, maybe, and this is my personal experience too, like growing up and stuff, like there's room for maybe arguments within the relationship with her and her husband that she, I think she needs to preserve that too. Yeah. Because she's probably feeling like a bridge in between the daughters and but what would you say as far as
when they're teenagers, they have a whole different mind.
Yeah.
The brain is
It just takes time. That's what I was going to say. It just takes time. And I mean, my dad married my stepmom was great and we were teenagers. It just takes time. And the old, talking to the kids and saying this, Joe, whatever his name is not replacing your dad. It's just
her
but I think the mom has to demand respect from the kids. You don't have to like him. I hope you'll grow to like, they have to have that conversation. I hope you'll grow to like him. I love him. He makes me happy. I hope that you see that, but you will respect him because that is just an expectation in my mind that has to be met.
She said it was a year. So maybe they were upset that their parents divorced to begin with, and then mom falls in love and gets married in a year.
How dare she?
Yeah, well, for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait till dad gets a girlfriend, then maybe they'll come around a little bit.
That's a good.
It's a hard situation, but I think just sticking to like, this is the situation. I'm not choosing him over you girls, and I'm not, and you're also not going to get me on your side against him either. There's no one, we're gonna.
It's set the ground rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
exactly.
do you think, Braden? What do you think, Braden?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, you guys already hit the nail on the head with all of it. It's like, you can't force it. I mean, and the thing is it's about, it's kind of like what we were talking about before. It's just about showing up. It's like, keep showing up, and it's like, be there for them, show them that you love them, and show them that you care. I mean, one of the biggest things I've told Christina is, it's like, I love Blakely. Like, Blakely is a part of you, and I love you, and so because of how much I love you and how much of that, like, I
keep digging,
I care about Blakely
keep
as well.
twisting that knife on us.
Yeah, just keep it going, Braden. Just keep it going. We got nothing
you're
here.
Killing me here.
Yeah, you're killing us here.
But anyways,
I'm just glad,
Christina.
Braden, that she's only 7 and you're not dealing with a 14-year-old with, getting her period and going through emotion. Oh, you'll have that yet to come, but you already have been in her life for 7 years. So
yes, we do have that advantage for sure.
Yeah, and I definitely get that. And I mean, I would just say though, like, I mean, you can't change people's feelings. People are gonna have to come to you. It's like, and I would just, like I said, just encourage them to show up, demand respect, give respect. That's the biggest thing. Is it's like, it's not just about respecting you because you're her stepfather, or it's not just respecting you, it's respecting you because you're another human being. It's like, you offer me the common decency you would offer a stranger. I'll give you the same respect, and then from there, see if you can have a relationship beyond that. And it's like, sometimes you can't force someone to have a friendship or relationship with you.
No,
Write a book, Braden. I love it.
Christina, say you were in this, okay, and your daughter was doing that. How would you handle it?
Yeah, so I think it's meant so much, like I'd mentioned, like him just saying like the goal isn't for her to like me, and I try to always check myself and make sure, because I do a lot of like bridging of explaining, like I think he means this and she means that, and I think
stay out of it and let them
I need to
do
zip
it.
it. I need to zip it.
See, wait, can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
Is zip it not the best phrase in the world?
It makes sense.
You can
I
use
definitely
it
need
for
more of it in my life.
See, you can use it for anything out there. Y'all listen to that. Zip it is useful. Okay, carry on.
Yes. Putting on your pants. You're like every day you're zipping. Yes. But no, I think for me, I think you're always going to need to check yourself, stay true to yourself, no matter who you are in the situation. You're the daughters, you're the stepdad, you're the mom. Are you staying true to yourself? Because if not, and you're trying to overly accommodate other people, that might be okay.
It wears on you. Yeah.
It wears, and then it's going, okay, then let's say everything works out and it's all, best case scenario and everyone's having the best time and we're having a party. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. I'm not even like, I've been running around and now let me explode. So I think time, keep showing up as yourself. And I mean, I think there's a feeling of guilt probably for everyone involved. And I mean, even maybe the mom for, their dad not being there and her being happy and stuff now. But like, you can't give that away. Like you're human, and just keep showing up, and you like know you're doing what is you. And that's important.
How old are you guys?
Hey, I'm older than him.
26.
I'm 28. I'm 28. I'll be 29.
How old?
He keeps reminding me.
26.
Holy smokes. Yeah. I cannot. We had Daisy on. We had Kelsey on. You guys, forgive me for saying young, but from where I sit,
very mature.
You're young. But
you.
You're so mature. You guys, your thoughts are, and your interpretation of life and your viewpoints are just amazing. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
And I wish you luck. I think you should just continue loving your new husband and loving your daughters. That's all that we could say. Right?
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, just do it. Ain't nothing
to it.
Stay
situation.
Happy, Well, you guys, you have been fabulous, and I'm so glad I got to see you again. I'd like to go out to dinner and have a few drinks with you, but this was
they are
than
so fun. They are, and Braden, they can dance, both of them. They can.
Oh yeah.
They can dance.
We always
dance for the people listening. You can't see it.
Yeah, start
a little shimmy.
You hear his dangling earring. We don't have the dangles on, or else you would hear him.
I know.
Braden.
I was looking at you, going like, "Why does he look different? His hair's back." Oh no, you don't have the earrings on. The
earrings. I noticed immediately.
Let me just tell
you,
you,
want him to dangle in the ear pod thing.
I'm just telling you, if you liked older women, Braden, I have thousands of pairs of dangles. I think I told you that before. We could have. I mean, if earrings were all it took, and you didn't care about age or anything else.
Well, you mentioned the poly thing earlier. Is this what?
Oh, she's just stepping in quietly. There you go.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Kathy, zip it.
That is amazing.
I thank you guys again.
Amazing. You need to get with those Ziploc. You need to get with like that Ziploc.
I told her that to try to.
You need to reach out. You need to reach out. I can totally see it.
I know we're wrapping up and stuff, but are you ladies looking forward to the for lack of a better word, leftovers from the season coming up?
Leftovers. I take nobody's sloppy seconds. I'm telling you now. I want to go over and pick one.
Wait a minute. I thought you and I were going to say we're going to trample each other, getting to see who gets there first. But since Susan, y'all heard it, she's not taking sloppy seconds. I'm not taking sloppy seconds. Joan can only take one.
That's right.
And you know what? There are going to be however many other fabulous guys. So reach out to me. I'm available. I don't view you as sloppy seconds.
Hopefully they'll come up with another show with the leftovers from both shows.
Aren't we all leftovers, you guys?
Yeah, right? I love me a leftover.
Okay.
Honestly, leftovers are the best.
Yes, I love leftovers.
I don't cook. I don't know anything about leftovers.
If I'm leftovers, I want to be some leftover pizza. You know what I'm saying? You just throw in the microwave real quick.
Yes.
Or it always comes to food. With
cold
men, it always comes
right out of the refrigerator.
Oh, please. Okay, well, while y'all thinking about what you're eating, we've had a great time chatting with y'all, and it's been so much fun. We hope that y'all follow Bachelor Happy Hour, because if you had fun today listening to Christina and Braden and our fun that we had, we have this much fun every time. So please follow our podcast. You just don't want to miss a single episode.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming. And make sure to submit your questions to us because you see how we handle that. We always have help. Sometimes it's just Kathy and I, but we will give you our honest opinions. And you can go to bachelornation.com/golden hour or hit us up on social media at Bachelor Happy Hour.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, have a great week. See ya.